So we're just working on mixing feed here right now. We're just working on backing up the tractor here to get to the way that we put in for the cow mixers here. So I just want to say that the video today is going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones have been lately, but I'm working on a project right now that's going to be ready probably in 1 to 2 weeks. I'm not really sure yet, but that's going to talk about a couple other things about the farm, like the farm history and stuff. So kind of be patient on me. That's going to be, I think, a really cool couple of videos there. So let's just why this one's a little shorter as I'm working on some of this other stuff. So my parents are off vacation in Vegas right now, so we gotta work on today doing some stuff that my dad wanted to get done here. So obviously we gotta clean out a barn here. That's what we're doing down here. So this is something we have to do. This barn gets cleaned out like twice a week here. So this is actually a barn where we used to have cows, and we still had cows in here when we still milked in our old parlor. So that's what we're gonna work on cleaning out here. So what we gotta do is we got some manure that's already out here, because this barn, what you can do is you can clean it out once and just stack all the manure out here on what we call a push-off ramp, because what we do is we back a spreader under here and you push it all in the spreader. So we got stuff from last time cleaned out, and then our employee Olivia is just working on the skid loader here to start scraping it out this time. So we're gonna load all this stuff up and then we'll work on hauling this stuff out. So I'm gonna go grab the spreader here quick. With that barn, since we have the push-off ramp, this is the only spreader that actually fits underneath there, or a small spreader here. That's the only one that fits underneath the push-off ramp, and that's the one we have hooked up to our 4320 here, which normally in the summer this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but since it's cold out here, this doesn't really like to start quite as nicely as, like, for say our Puma over there that's hooked up to our bigger spreader. So that's like the one thing we gotta kind of struggle with here in the winter. So I got it plugged in here, so we'll see if this thing will start up here, and we'll get going here hauling some manure. Spreader pulled up here, so Olivia's working on loading it up here real quick. Then we'll go haul this load out. There's probably gonna be at least 2 loads up there, because normally there's a load and a half roughly somewhere in there. It kind of depends on how much manure is in the barn that per time you clean it out. So since we got 2 cleans here, we'll probably have like about 3 loads, I'd say. So we'll get this hauled out, and then we'll go work on a few other projects. If you guys are kind of wondering what some of these barns are around here, so this barn right here, like I said before, we had cows in when we still milked on the parlor. And this barn right here also used to have cows in it back then. So nowadays, now that we're not milking the parlors anymore, what we got here is these are heifers that are conferred pregnant. So we bring them down here once they've been conferred pregnant. And this barn over here is, once they're really close to calving from this barn, we move them over here, and then they calve in that barn. And once they calve down here, then we take them up to a robot barn where they get milked. We prefer having like our heifers that are calving for the first time separated from the drag cows, because from what we know, it's more comfortable for the heifers being separate from the bigger cows, and it helps them also kind of produce more when they first start, because they're kind of not so stressed out about being bullied by bigger animals or something. So that's just something we've kind of learned. Staying out, and I'm working on a different project here. So this is the sunflower tillage tool that we demoed this fall. So you guys saw it in the one video where I was working up some ground. So I just washed it up here. We think it does a really good job for what we're trying to do, but we feel like financially we can use money differently than just buying something like this that we can only use like twice a year. So we're gonna take it back and look at maybe buying something else that could be a little more helpful year round. So that's one thing. Then yesterday we had someone wash that tanker for us. So the outside needed to be washed, and then this tanker we already had washed out. So what we do with our tankers in the fall always is sand collects in them, like as you haul out of the pit here. So normally what we do is you open up, like there's a trap door on this one, and then the front of that one opens up, and you wash water from the top of it, and you wash all the sand out of it. And then once you're done with that, we wash the outside of all of them. So both of those tankers are clean, and then our semi-tanker's way down there. So the outside of that's clean. We just gotta wash the inside of that at some point, but it's supposed to be kind of warm here for the next couple of days, so probably not doing that here pretty soon. So yeah. Okay, I just got this unhooked here at the dealership, and then look at that, just right there, that's our old mixer. So we're not too far away from each other here.